Welcome in live to GCU Ice Hockey. My name is Seth Askelson, alongside the head coach of the men's Division II team and hockey ops at GCU, Danny Roy. Danny, how are you doing today?
Doing good, Seth.
We're here for Game 2 of a weekend exhibition series as the Lopes Division III team takes on the Junior Sun Devils U18AA last night. The Lopes needed a shootout to win 6-5. They had 2-goal leads at 3 different points. Danny, you were down on the bench yesterday. What did you see out of the Division III team that kind of allowed the Sun Devils to fight their way back into the game?
Just getting a little too comfortable with how the first period went. Guys were playing well, but got away from the smart stuff of getting the puck out of the zone and getting the puck deep and forechecking what was working in the first period.
So we'll see if the Lopes can not only jump out to a big lead like they did last night in the first period, but as Danny said, not stay too comfortable. The puck has dropped here at Oceanside Ice Arena. Now it's Eli Miller getting the puck out of his own zone, and it's too far for Allen, so Sturm takes it. Sturm dumps it into the right corner, and it's stopped there by the starting goaltender for the Lopes tonight. And now the puck is in the corner waiting and throwing it back towards the point of the Junior Sun Devils, but nobody in a white shirt gets it until it gets to Sturm at the point. Now there's a turnover cutting towards the front and getting knocked down there for the Junior Sun Devils was Parker. Now on a breakaway, and there's a shot, and there's a good save there. That was Hookham, who was all alone cutting up the middle of the ice, and he couldn't put it away. But GCU off to a good start. Now Casio loses the puck, and nobody wants to grab it until Parker knocks it loose for ASU. Now Avila misses a hit on Carbone, and now taking the puck is Parker, and he flips it into the corner. Chasing it after there is Sapien. Sapien has it. He looks as the Junior Sun Devils make a line change. Now it comes to the left wing. Leaving it is Duca, but Duca turns it over to Goldberg. And now Simmons uses the glass to get it back out to center. Now it's Karpus. Gets it over to his defensive partner there. And that was Tanner. Now there's a turnover. Now Simmons leaves it for Casio. Casio can't find it in his skates, so he loses it. Now Goldberg uses the boards to slap it back to center. Now it's Sapien. Sapien goes cross ice to Carbone. Carbone uses the boards and his backhand to get it free. And now there's a bad line change. Chase Smith comes out of the net and uses the boards to get it to the point to Simmons. Now Simmons goes backhand to Casio. Casio trying to knock it away, and it's Plunkett. Plunkett now cutting through the middle of the ice, and he's going to play it back into his own zone. Karpus has the puck, uses the boards, gets it up there to Goldberg, but Goldberg can't handle it, and then Casio gets knocked up to the ice there by Tanner. Now getting bumped down for the Junior Sun Devils was Cortesel, and GCU takes control. Casio trying to handle it, and he can't, so the puck gets played back out to center. And we have a whistle. And a little confusion here as the buzzer sounded. And there was a face-off at center ice, but either way, we continue to move. Here's the puck in the right corner there. It's held by Tucker. Now Tucker loses it, but the puck comes to Briggs. There's a shot there and a save by Chase Smith to cover up. So GCU early on here, putting some good offense together, shots 1-1. And Danny, what does this Division III team do well? What are their strengths?
We have speed, we have some skill, we have kids who work hard, but it's we're still also learning what our strengths are at this level.
And so GCU, the Division III team, yet to pick up a win this season, but they have played hard and definitely trying to figure it out. Definitely a shorter roster today. They get some help. Marvin Simmons, a Division II player in there. Travis Burrows as well, and Noah Casio. Expecting to see those three tomorrow when the Division II team takes on Utah State at 9:30 a.m. at AZ Ice Peoria. That game will be video streamed on Black Dog Enterprises. Now GCU dumps the puck into the zone, but it only gets as far as the circle, and the Junior Sun Devils take control. Avila leaves it off for Parker, who races down the left wing. He's in, tries to drop it off. It's off a skate, and it comes to Avila. There's a shot and a rebound. Nobody around. Eli Miller comes over to help out. Now Parker gets cut off by Miller, but he's able to get it down below the goal line. And taking control is Carbone. Carbone gets it ahead to Miller, who taps it over to Hookham, but Hookham can't break it out of the zone. And it's going to be taken over. And a big hit laid there on one of the Junior Sun Devils. That's Maston, who was getting really physical last night. And now there's a turnover at neutral ice by Miller. It's too far for Hookham, and now the puck flutters out of play. So, Danny, like I said, there's 3 Division II players playing in this D3 game? I know it's an exhibition, but what is the benefit of those Division II players getting some extra ice time?
Oh, we had a long week this week. We play this Sunday morning, and it's just an opportunity for guys to not sit and get rusty over the weekend. So it gives them an opportunity to get a little bit of game mode and get ready for tomorrow morning's game.
And it's a couple of the players who see a lot of ice time, Casio and Simmons, and obviously Travis Burrows coming off an injury. And so they will get some action before having to hit the ice in a Division II game tomorrow against Utah State. Now it's Carbone. He breaks it out of his own zone, gets bumped, now loses the puck, but it trickles over to Casio, and he gets it to Duca. Now Duca's in, he shoots, and that gets stopped, and it goes into the right corner. Picking it up and going backhand up the boards there was Cortesel, and the puck is out to center. Goldberg gets cut off by Sapin, and he uses his skate to get it over to Casio. Now Casio in center ice gets past Cortesi, and Casio has to chase the puck down. He can't get to it, so Carbone takes it at his own blue line. Now it's backhanded into the GCU zone, and Sapien's going to have to take it. He's looking as he goes behind his own net. It's to Duca. Now Duca to Casio. Casio misses it with a one-hander, and Sapien misses the drive-by check. Now Lastine has it. Below the GCU goal line, now behind the net and coming out the other side. Drops it back in behind the net, a nice little backhand pass towards the front, but Chase Smith was there to knock it down. And now it's Marvin Simmons. Simmons uses a backhand to get it to Sapien. Sapien gets it to center, but he goes off the skate there of Briggs. And so Simmons is going to have to break it out again. Now it's Sturm. There's a wait, and now Sturm comes in right onside. There's a shot into the netting, and that will do it. So here at Oceanside Ice Arena, a lot of low ceilings, and so even a deflection just off a stick will hit the ceiling, and we'll get a whistle. Danny, why were the Lopes having a hard time breaking out of their own zone there? It seemed like it took them about a minute or two to get out.
They're just getting away from the simple stuff, trying to make direct passes, and they're getting picked off, and instead of putting them off the wall and putting them in an open space for our other guys to skate into it.
And now Karpus with a shot that's high and over the top of the net, but the junior Sun Devils take control. Now taking the puck and getting tripped up there was Tucker. Taking the puck and throwing it up the ice was Gualtier. Puck comes right back to Chase Smith, then he gloves it down for the whistle. So what you've seen from the Division III team right now, other than not using the wall to get out of their own zone in the open ice, what else do they need to do to kind of take control back of this game?
They need to get a little physical, win the battles off the puck, and try to compete a little bit more. This Sun Devil team is competitive, and they were last night. So they just got to match that and bring a little bit more.
And now the puck rolls into the right corner and going up the boards. Like Danny said, the physical play, it really did pick up a little more than when they played the Mission team in an exhibition a few weeks ago. Now Allen backhands it towards the front of the net. Miller can't corral it. And now it's Avila in his own zone. He uses the glass to get it out, and it's tipped higher there by Tucker. And now the puck is out in the neutral ice area. That was actually Parker who tipped it higher. Now taking the puck there is Hookham. He loses it and trying to corral it, but can't. There is a GCU player, so it's Avila. He tries to step around one, and he leaves it off. And now here's a shot that gets blocked. A rebound, Parker shoots, and that's blocked away. Now back out in front, and Avila misses on the backhand. And Parker now takes control. Parker waiting, looking, uses the boards to get to the point to Karpus. Gets it over the right side now. Tucker throws it towards the front of the net. That's no good. Now Parker chases it down. Parker using his body to cut off Miller, and the puck is now taken there by Hookham. Hookham avoids a hit by Karpus, and Hookham gives Karpus an extra shove. There, I don't think he appreciated getting run down like that, even though Karpus missed. Now Allen backhands it into the corner, and going after it and stopping there is Karpus. Karpus spins, and Simmons is right there to knock him down. And Simmons, the puck tied up along the board. Simmons spins and waits, and now he throws it into the corner there for Duca. Duca forces a stick out of a defender's hand. Now it's Simmons. He spins, he shoots. That's wide of the net. Now taking the puck there for the Lopes is Casio. Casio trying to get to the point. That doesn't work, so he gets it right back. Now he maneuvers through a couple players and losing it. It's poked out to center. Now spinning and throwing it right back into the Sun Devil zone is Nasternak. Taking control is Grams. Grams gets it over to the left side, and he's going to get it right back below his own goal line. Off the boards and almost out to center. Now Plunkett has it. Throws it in the open area. Now Goldberg takes control. Goldberg has it. He dumps it in before Carbone gets to him, and Chase Smith goes behind to settle it down. Now it gets thrown back to Carbone. Carbone using the boards, and he throws it right to Graham. And the puck is out. And there's a high stick on Nasternak as he knocked it down. And there's a whistle. So speaking on the junior Sun Devils, it looks like they're really using their speed to get into the zone, and they're finding that open ice. What do the Lopes need to do to really cut that down?
I just need to start stretching the ice and pushing the puck out, not creating turnovers. And then right now we're beating ourselves by allowing the Sun Devils to capitalize on those turnovers.
And so a turnover there by the Sun Devils, and taking it out is Gualtier. Gualtier uses one hand to advance it towards the Sun Devil blue line, but it doesn't get further than that. Now it's Briggs one-on-one. He shoots a save and no rebound as Chase Smith hangs on. So Chase Smith this season, he has been spectacular, at least in the games at home. And what makes him such a good goaltender and really making key saves?
He's big and he competes. He doesn't give up a lot. He'll fight to make those spectacular saves, and he tends to make the ones that he needs to make. So he allowed the team the Sun Devils to get back into last night's game with a couple questionable goals that he probably would have wanted back. But other than that, he's solid back there for the guys.
When you have a goaltender who plays well like him and then kind of has a bad game like that, what do you say to him after the game? You know, you don't want to necessarily let him off the hook for a couple questionable goals, but you also don't want to kill his confidence.
Yeah, Chase is the kind of personality that he wanted him back, and he told the guys it was bad on him. He joked and laughed about it. He's pretty lighthearted though.
Well, a horrible turnover by the Lopes as they were trying to break out of their zone at the middle of the ice, and the puck sits right out in front, and all alone, right in front of the goaltender was Kamen, and he puts it in. And so the junior Sun Devils 1-0, and it's back to your point. The Lopes not using the boards and the open ice to get out. They're trying to skate the puck right up the middle. And Chase Smith, Kamen has the puck right at the top of the crease with nobody around him. And he makes a nice little move and gets Chase Smith glove side. And so the score now 1-0 junior Sun Devils. So a lot different tone than what was set last night as the Lopes scored the first 2 goals of the game. Now they got to chase the game for the time being. As now Sturm has it, spins, throws it up the boards, and it's Miller. Miller has it on the right wing, now corrals it, tries to backhand it towards the front. That doesn't work, so the puck comes up to the point. Avila has it, he's skating ahead, and he throws it to the right side. Now bringing in is Maston. Maston gets met there by Nasternak, and Nasternak cuts him off from the puck, but it comes right there to Parker. Now the puck comes to the point. It's Sturm from the left side. He shoots, and a deflection, and there's a rebound, but Parker on his weak side couldn't get a good shot off, so instead he decides to take it. And he's backhanding it in behind to Maston. Maston waits, gets bumped by Nasternak, but gets it to Parker. Now Parker gets cut off by 2 players, but it gets it to Maston. Now Maston in behind. He throws it towards the front. There's a shot by Avila, and he whiffs on it. And Chase Smith now gloves it down for the whistle. So GCU still finding those struggles getting out of their own zone. And Chase Smith has already had to make 9 saves on 10 shots. And so it's going to be another defensive zone faceoff for the Lopes. And Casio wins the faceoff, but gets it right to Chase Smith and plunk it right in there. And I don't know if the Lopes just don't have the legs or what's going on, but it seems like ASU is getting to every loose puck. And the junior Sun Devils are trying to take it to the Lopes right now and bring themselves to a 2-0 lead. Now it's dumped in by Marvin Simmons into the junior Sun Devil zone, and Sturm goes in behind. Sturm takes the puck, he looks, he throws it to the left side, but it's not going to get out. Now Casio trying to dig it out, he can't, so it's going to be taken by Sturm again. He's going to go behind his own net with a pass, and he's going to get it right back. Now Sturm skates it up the left side to Goldberg. Goldberg gets it out, and it's up there to Plunkett. Plunkett has it, makes a move, but that's off the skate of Carbone, but Lastine comes in to get it. And now Plunkett has it. He tries to backhand it towards the middle of the net. Now Casio. It's Casio bringing in, and he throws it off the boards to dump it in. And there's going to be an icing call on the Lopes. It looked like Casio is maybe a step behind that red line, and I guess the officials are a little more stickler about that as it's an icing. But right now the Lopes are, I don't know if they're being outskated or if the Sun Devils are a faster team, but what do you tell your players on the bench to make sure the junior Sun Devils don't get to those loose pucks first?
That's just constantly pushing them to compete. Got to keep reminding them. Next period is definitely got to be better. They got to get out of this period first, but moving forward, they got to realize that they're being outplayed right now.
So 4:34 left in the first period. Junior Sun Devils up 1-0. Now the puck gets thrown in behind, and skating after there is Burrows. Burrows makes a move but loses the puck. Now it's Kamen. And the puck now comes to the left side as he lost it thanks to Burrows. Now the puck is Tucker. Tucker gets bumped and he loses the puck and going in behind and using a backhand. And that's a horrible turnover out in front. Oh, that's too far for Kamen. And the junior Sun Devils, absolutely dominating possession right here as the puck comes in behind and skating after it there for the Lopes is Whitman. Whitman gets cut down hard after he gets rid of the puck. And skating after it, there's Gualtier. He loses it, but he's able to drop it back there for Murchison. Now the puck in behind the Junior Sun Devil net. It's the defender there for the Junior Sun Devils, Carpus, who puts it in behind and up to the right corner. Now the Lopes trying to control the puck, and they can't. The puck is bouncing around. Now Whitman throws it, and it gets out to center ice as he couldn't get it deeper than the circle. Now Carbone skates behind his own net and is going to set things up for the Lopes. Now he throws it ahead, and he tries to get it to Allen, but that doesn't work, and Grahams goes in behind his own net. Now Grahams looks, he uses the board, and Maston is able to get it out to center. Now it's Avila. Avila in onside. He's got Parker cutting the net. Drops it off there for Maston. Maston at the right circle. He shoots. It drops down after it bounces off a player. Now there's a shot right off Chase Smith's shoulders, and it's covered up. So already talked about Chase Smith and how well he's played this season. But for a goaltender, how important is it to control rebounds? It just seems that every shot that comes to him, even if it's a rebound, it's very small, and he's able to corral it.
It helps the defense out a ton. It allows you to get a whistle and regroup and get a face-off. But you're also not, as a defenseman, you're also not worried about that puck bouncing and having to pick up somebody. So it's huge for a goalie to be on his game and controlling those rebounds.
As a former goaltender, when you talk about rebound control, what can you do, I don't know necessarily in practice or just the technique to make sure those pucks aren't bouncing out to anybody?
It's just a matter of focus, making sure your eyes track the puck all the way into your body. A lot of times guys tend to leave their eyes off the puck a little bit, and then you lose track of it, and you're not able to get the whole puck into your glove, your blocker, or in your stomach, and at least control it the way you want it. So it's just a matter of focus and not losing that, and second after second on the ice, telling yourself in your head, focus the whole way in.
And a lot of times when you talk about rebound control, if it's not going into the glove, if it's going off the leg pads or the blocker, you hear coaches yelling, make sure they go into the corners. And so Chase Smith does a good job of making sure those rebounds don't come right out in front if he does give them up. Now it's Simmons. He comes in on side after a bad turnover. There's a shot that gets knocked into the right corner, and Simmons backhands it in below the goal line. Duca can't handle that puck, so it's Plunkett. He gets it over to the wing, and it gets cleared out to center. Now it's Burrows. He stops. Now he throws it ahead to Simmons, who's onside, but he can't control the puck. And now taking it, there is Polis. Now Polis gets over to Plunkett. Plunkett skates around Burrows, and the puck's out in front. Rebound, and it's held on for another whistle. And so for the Lopes, down 1-0 here, 2 minutes exactly remaining in the first period. Outshot 14-3 right now, and the goaltender for the Junior Sun Devils not having to do all that much work. Kevin Church is the starter, as Wolfert was their goaltender last night in the 6-5 shootout loss. Now the puck in behind and taking it and then eventually turning it over is Dunn. Dunn trying to dig it out behind his own net, and he does. Now the puck rolls over to the corner. Dunn's going to use the glass, but it doesn't get out. Now taking it, waiting, looking, there's a shot, and that gets stopped. Now using the boards is Murchison from behind his own net, gets it ahead, and it's going to be skated out, and it gets dumped into the Junior Sun Devil zone right on the goaltender, and he throws it in behind the net. Dunn chasing after it, but he can't get to it before the Junior Sun Devils take control. Now it's Kamen for the team in white. He's on the left side. He's in. Met by Carbone, makes a nice little move, throws it towards the net, and the puck now squirts all the way out to the center ice area as Sturm couldn't get over. And now the puck gets tipped in, and it is held there by Nasternak. Now Nasternak skates around one, gets it over the center ice red line, and now avoids a hit, and it's a turnover. Now Sturm has it. Nasternak's able to get back to avoid an on-man rush, and now it's Carbone as there's a minute left in the period. Now Carbone throws a player to the ice. That's Maston. And going after it is Parker. Now it goes in behind, and Carbone again right on Maston's tail. Now it's Parker with the wraparound. That's stopped. Puck comes out to the point. It's Sturm. He waits, so he goes to Parker. Now Parker looks to the point. It's Sturm. Sturm gets the instructions to shoot from the bench, and he does, and that gets stopped, and now it gets thrown out. And if that puck makes it, it's going to be icing. And it is. So 33.7 seconds left. Score 1-0 for Arizona State. My name is Seth Askelson, alongside Division II head coach Danny Roy. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. So defensive zone face-off for the Lopes. It's going to be Parker, and it's going to be Allen, and the face-off is won. Now there's a shot towards the front of the net that goes wide. Parker gets to it before Burrows does, and he rips it into the corner. Now it's Maston. Maston gets rid of it before meeting Burrows. Avila goes in high on Allen. Now the puck comes out to center, but it's turned over, and it's Maston. And it's back to the point again of now using the boards to get it out, throwing it up the middle of the ice, and there's a turnover. And now Burrows gets hammered from behind by Maston. And, now they're going to call a penalty there on Hookham. And that's extremely questionable. I understand that Hookham should not have thrown that hit. I don't know if they're going to call interference or roughing. But at the same token, and Burrows is saying the same thing to the referee that we saw. And that's Burrows gets nailed from behind by Maston. And Maston has been the man who's been throwing some questionable hits all weekend. And so Hookham, the man to the box instead. And so the Lopes are going to have to kill off 2 minutes, but there's only 5.8 seconds left, and now the puck is dropped, and last seen to the point, there's a shot that gets deflected down. Now there's 2 seconds and falling down, and the puck gets thrown into the stands as Maston tripped pretty hard. And that's going to be the end of the period. I believe, yeah, that's going to be the end of the period. And Danny, if we talk about, first we'll start with that penalty, I guess. If you're a coach and you see something like that, a call that maybe should have went your way, and then immediately after a call goes against you, maybe one that shouldn't have, what do you say to your team?
Well, I mean, one shouldn't be a retaliation. Two, yeah, the original call should have been made. Our guy was reaching up for the puck, and a kid came in behind and hit him right in the numbers. So, I mean, the guys aren't going to tolerate these guys kind of taking shots at them when they're not ready like that. But they got more important things to look at, and that's the score on the scoreboard and the shot clock right now, and it's not in their favor.
What are you telling your team right now if you're behind the bench at the end of this first period?
Just regroup and start the period over 0-0, and let's try to at least come away with the period of what we talked about in the locker room, and that was obviously playing it smart and getting the puck out of our zone and getting it deep in their zone. And by doing that, we have to do the simple plays of using the walls. And right now, we're not doing that. So it's just a matter of regrouping and trying to figure out a way to pick away at and do the simple stuff and see if the game changes a little bit.
When you see a player or, the defenseman trying to get the puck out of the zone and using the middle of the ice, is it a thing of they're trying to get that puck out and make a big play, or is it maybe just a lack of focus?
It's always a lack of focus. It's not knowing in the moment. You gotta know where you are in the moment of the game. Every second you step out there, and if you're just throwing pucks blindly at the middle and not thinking with the puck, it just means that you weren't ready for that shift. So it's just a matter of focus. It's not anything other than that.
So we'll see if the Lopes can get their focus back. They do have to kill off another minute 50 of a penalty to Hookham. Now the puck gets to the point, and it's kept in by Karpis. He throws it down low to Cortesi. Now Cortesi looks. Now it's thrown over to Goldberg. Goldberg's still on the right side. Now to the point. It's Karpis. Karpis over to the left side. There's a shot by Listine, and that goes behind the net. Now Carbone uses the boards, and he gets it down as Lastine whacks at it, and he missed. And now a hard forecheck there by Casio. He was right on Karpis' back, and he couldn't get the puck away, but still kills some more time. Now it's thrown out to the middle of the ice, and a good turnover forced by Simmons, and Carbone can't get it out. Now the puck thrown back towards the net. Chase Smith knocks it into the corner, and Goldberg's going to get to it. Goldberg gets cut off by Nasternak. Now there's a shot. That gets blocked, and Carbone sends it all the way down. And that is going to be more time off this penalty. Now it goes off the boards to the middle of the ice, and Carbone cuts down Goldberg, and Carbone throws it back down the ice. And it looks like Rob Powell throwing out some of his best players for the penalty kill, as a good hit there by Carbone knocks down Lastine as Lastine was skating by. Now Karpis stops, looks, waits some more. Now he's still at the left point, stick handling. Now goes to the left circle. Now goes in behind for Kamen. Kamen uses the boards, or at least almost the boards. He uses the left side to get it back to the point. He's going to get it right back at the left circle. Now throws it towards the front. That goes wide. Now Briggs leaves it off in a little bit of miscommunication, but either way, the junior Sun Devils still have it. It's Lastine. Backhands it down. Tucker to Kamen at the right side. Kamen now at the goal line. Now thrown towards the front. That gets kicked away. Now Karpis gets cut off in the left corner, and it comes back to the left side of the point. Now there's a shot by Tucker that gets blocked away. Now Tucker going after it again. 6 seconds left on the penalty to Hookham. 4, 3, 2 is the puck out in front. And taking it is Dunn. Dunn can't control it, so it's Carbone who backhands it out to center. And now Lastine throws it in, and a little miscommunication between Hookham and Miller. And it's going to be too many men on the ice. And so Hookham came out of the box, and then Miller jumps out, but it's too many men on the ice, and Miller's going to go serve the penalty. And Danny, when you're trying to figure out who's going on, who's going off after a penalty kill, what do you have to do to make sure that goes smoothly?
So the guys on the bench got to be paying attention. I mean, I'm sure Coach Powell told the guys what was going to happen, whether or not Hookham was coming to the bench or not. But if he was staying out, then the guys on the bench need to know that. If he was coming to the bench, the guys on the bench need to be paying attention on who's got him. So that's just another lack of focus right now. So that's what they're dealing with.
Well, when you look at something like that, and you're a player, is it better to be safe than sorry if Hookham jumps on the bench? You just wait till he comes out if you're not sure what to do.
Yeah, you can't go until you know he's coming to the bench. You can't just jump out there and think all's good. And that's got to be a little bit of communication. The penalty box door is right next to the bench, so all it takes is a quick yell and communication to get on the same page.
The Lopes back on the penalty kill after they had just killed one, as a little mix-up between Hookham, who was getting out of the box, and Eli Miller. And Miller's the one serving the too many men penalty. Now Avila's stick gets knocked out of his hand. The puck comes towards the front, and using the open ice to get it away from any danger there was Whitman. And now there's an interference call. And it's going to be on the junior Sun Devils, and it's Avila. And so he's going to the box for an interference call. So 59 seconds left in the penalty to Miller, which will leave GCU 101 on the power play. 11:55 left here in the second period. The junior Sun Devils lead 1-0. Now Jacob Allen taking the faceoff for the Lopes, and he loses it to Polis, and the puck gets backhanded in to the GCU zone. Now Carbone after it, and trying to throw a hit there was Goldberg, but Carbone shakes him off. Now Allen throws it in behind. And now taking it there as Carbone throws it out to center for Hookham. Hookham's on a breakaway, a partial breakaway that is. He shoots and that gets stopped. And that's the second time Hookham has gotten behind the junior Sun Devil defense. This one more partial than all by himself. And now a bad pass through the middle of the ice, and getting thrown to the ice is Sapien as he was chasing the puck down. Now Lastine after it. Lastine gets cut off by Hookham, and the puck goes to the right corner. Now it's thrown back in behind the goal line, and it's Hookham. Hookham trying to use the boards to get it ahead, and he gets cut off by Polis. Now Polis pins him against the boards, and coming in to help out there for the junior Sun Devils was Goldberg, and Goldberg gets thrown to the ice by Sapien, and the physical play getting picked up a little more. Now Hookham makes a move. He's in on another partial breakaway, backhands it, and there's a glove stop for the junior Sun Devils. Kevin Church has stood tall so far, facing 5 shots, but 3 of them have been either breakaways or partial breakaways by Hookham. And when you see plays like that, you see Hookham getting some good opportunities. Does that energize a bench and energize an offense?
I can. If you see how it happens, and like I said during the first period, if they could find a way to stretch the ice and put it hard up the ice and try to get opportunities, if it's going to take doing that, it's going to take doing that. So little bits and pieces here, little positives that they could try and find to build off is going to help them out.
As the puck comes to the front, there's a shot by Simmons. There's a rebound, and it gets backhanded back out to center almost, but Whitman can't handle it. Now Whitman's going to have to outrace Plunkett, and he can as Plunkett's in now. He comes in, he backhands it, and Chase Smith knocks it off the stanchion. And there's a whistle for a stoppage in play with 28 seconds remaining in the power play for the Lopes, 10:22 remaining in the first period. Kind of back to stretching the ice. It's nice to see those plays, and if it's open, you start taking some risks, but how do you avoid having one of your players just start leaving the zone early to get those opportunities over and over again?
Yeah, it's you can't get greedy and start searching for goals. You still got to play defense first and let the offensive opportunities come from playing defense, but every now and then you could possibly catch them off their game, catch the defense pinching and get in behind them. So it's you got to play that happy medium. But every little bit of chance you could take it, and if you could get it there, and if it's a hard enough play out of the zone, you know you're not going to turn it over. So they got to be smart about it.
Junior Sun Devils now back at full strength. They kill off that penalty. Now bringing in is Parker. It's a 2-on-1, but Casio back checking, and Casio can't get to it. Now there's a backhand stop by Chase Smith, and the puck's in Casio's feet, and he doesn't know where it is. Now the puck out in front. Goldberg gets cut off by Burrows. Now taking it and trying to make a move, but not working is Tucker. Now it gets backhanded out to the middle ice area by Simmons, and Casio dumps it in. No ice, and so it's going to be settled down by the Junior Sun Devils goaltender, Kevin Church. Now the Junior Sun Devils have it, trying to chip it past Carbone, but not able to is Tucker. Now Tucker kicks at the puck, but he loses it, and the puck gets backhanded back in to the Junior Sun Devil zone. Now at the boards, it's Kamen shoves it off the boards and out to center. We're chasing it down as Nasternak. Nasternak's met by Tucker. Tucker can't knock a pass down, so it gets to Carbone. Carbone to Dan Dunn, and he's offsides, and he just offsides. And Dan Dunn a step too far. And the Junior Sun Devil coaching staff not too ecstatic with what Dunn did after being called offsides as he shot the puck. And as a player, in a situation like that where you're coming in that fast and you shoot the puck after the whistle, is it maybe a thing of you just don't hear the whistle because you're going so fast, or?
That wasn't super late after the whistle. That was over the line and one motion shot. So, yeah, they're going to kind of say something about shooting the puck. Nobody likes the puck getting shot after the whistle at your goalie, but I don't think anything was really bad there. Otherwise, the refs would have really thrown a warning at the bench.
And it's like you said, he got over the line and then maybe had one full stride and shot it. So he was already thinking shot once he crossed the line, whether he was being called offsides or not. And so here is a defensive zone faceoff after an icing call, and Jacob Allen wins the faceoff from Parker. Now the puck to the point, and off the boards is Hookham, and chasing after it is Allen. He's going to try to beat Tanner to it, and he's not going to be able to. And there's another icing call. 8:38 remaining in the second period. The Lopes down 1-0 to the Junior Sun Devils. They won last night in a shootout 6-5. Seth Askelson alongside Division II head coach Danny Roy. He will be on the bench tomorrow morning as we will be back on Black Dog Enterprises presentation of GCU Ice Hockey when they take on Utah State at AZ Ice Peoria, 9:30 a.m., the scheduled puck drop. Now a point shot from Tanner gets knocked into the corner, and Avila is going to chase it down. Cuts off Mill, and a shot from the point by Karpus, and that goes wide. Now going after it is Hookham. Hookham backhands it up the boards, and a good hit laid there by Allen. Now there's a shot towards the net that looks like it scraped the post going by the right side. And now coming after it and trying to grab the puck and is unable to is Whitman. Now it's Maston towards the front of the net. That gets blocked. Now there's a shot from Avila that goes wide. Up to the point. Allen's going to try to cut Tanner off, and he does, and the puck rolls out to center, but the Junior Sun Devils are going to take it. Now Karpus throws it back in. It's knocked down there by Chase Smith, and Parker chasing after Smith, so Smith has to throw it to the corner, and nobody was there except Avila for the Junior Sun Devils. He can't make anything of it, so bring it ahead, and avoiding a hit there is Nasternak, and Nasternak skates by another one. Now Avila throws it around him and throws Nasternak down. Now making a move there is Parker. Drops it off for Avila. Makes a nice move. Whitman comes in to cut him down and disrupt a shot. Now the puck in behind, and he throws it into the corner. Now it's Karpus. Karpus throws it down low. And Whitman can't handle that puck, so it goes in behind his own net, but he's going to chase it down and get there first. He gets cut down, and it's Avila. Avila spins away. Now he's on his backhand and out on his forehand. Right on his back there is Casio. Now taking the puck there is Maston for the Junior Sun Devils. The puck skips out to the right circle. Tanner fakes the shot and goes into the right corner instead. Now it's Parker below the goal line. Parker makes a move, gets out to the circle now to the point, and it's Tanner. Tanner gets it right back to Parker. Now Parker, and he can't dig the puck out of the boards as he tried. It looked like he was trying to get to Tanner, and the puck gets advanced even further in the GCU zone. It's Goldberg. Goldberg shoots, save, rebound, and backhand, and Chase Smith trying to hold on to it, and he can't find it, and they call the whistle as the puck was in Whitman's skates, and Chase Smith was trying to hold it. And I don't know if the referees lost sight of the puck or they just wanted to avoid a dangerous play. Either way, Chase Smith's going to get the whistle and a face-off. And so the Lopes still chasing the game right now, down 1-0. And they're going to have to find a way to get it going, being outshot right now, 21-5 with 6:54 remaining in the second period. There's another face-off, and that is won there by the Sun Devils, but it's taken ahead for the Lopes by Duca. Duca dumps it in before getting cut off, and it goes into the right corner. Chasing it and grabbing below his own goal line. There is Schiller. Now the puck in behind, and it's thrown up behind the net, and Casio backhands it towards the front, and it's going to be held on for the whistle. And so from what you've seen through the first period and a half of this game, what is not working right for the Lopes to try to set up their own offense?
The effort in the defensive zone, a lot of coasting around and watching the puck and not jumping and being aggressive. You see the Junior Sun Devils are the opposite. They take this game like there's nothing to lose because it's an exhibition game and they want to prove themselves to a college level team. So they're going to press and try to, get an upset here.
And so now the puck thrown out to the middle of the ice area. It's Duca. Duca in onside with Casio. That might have been offside. The other way it counts. And there's a shot that goes just off the glove of Church. Now taking the puck and spinning away is Simmons. Simmons at the right circle throws it towards the front. And wide open was Duca. He shoots and there's a stop. And so Kevin Church, when he's had to, he's made some key saves. And he covers up there. And it seems like as a coach, when you see your team playing like this, when they are getting opportunities, they're really getting good ones. A lot of loose pucks in front and Hookham getting some breakaways. How frustrating is it when you see the potential of your offense and it just not being reached because of effort?
Well, they're getting plays, but they're one-off plays. There's not a lot of second opportunities and second chances that are coming off of those plays. So a lot of that comes to the effort as well. So it's in both areas of the rink right now, and it's a one-goal game still. So I mean, one puck goes in the net, you never know, but the guys gotta put their heads down and figure out what they need to do to get some momentum on their side.
And the Lopes really trying to find that momentum. As Danny said, it's only one goal game and it only takes one. As Dan Dunn looked like he was coasting a little bit, trying to get a little hook there on the forward for the Junior Sun Devils. That was Tucker. Now having the puck is Duca. Duca uses a backhand to get it around one, but he's not able to advance it farther than the left circle. Now it's Tucker. He tries to throw it in behind the net. It doesn't work as Carbone cut him down. And trying to break it out was Gualtier, and that doesn't work. Now Carbone with a poke check, but it goes right to Kamen. Now the puck in front, and Tucker can't get to it, and it's off the boards and out. And we're going to get another icing call on the Lopes, and yet another defensive zone faceoff. The beneficiary of icing right now, at least for the Lopes, is they're allowed to change, so it doesn't hurt them too much, but it's still having to take another defensive zone faceoff. And at what point do taking too many defensive zone faceoffs start to kill you?
I mean, it's right now the way the game is, since it's a USA hockey style game and icings don't hurt you. You could change. I mean, why not take the icing, get the whistle, get a new group of players out there and see what they can do. So it's probably their best opportunity to keep the puck from the Sun Devils in the defensive zone right now and hope that you could win the faceoff and get the puck out with the next group. So it's not too bad of a strategy right now, but it can hurt you if you lose one.
And the Lopes are able to get fresh legs out there, but when they get back to ACHA play, as a nice hit there by Sapin, it's going to be another call. As Maston again getting hammered to the ice. And I think the Lopes are trying to send a message right now as Sapin's going to the box. Oh, and they're going to call misconduct on Sapin, so he's the one that is getting the penalty. And he's sitting in the box. And Sapin's the one that gets the misconduct. And Powell is very upset at the referee, as it might be a carryover from what happened last night. So Maston, who was coming in behind the net, he grabbed the puck and Sapin just charged in and smashed him in from behind. And so he's going to be sitting for a while. And so the puck is in behind. It's going to be 2 minutes. That is going to be served by another player, as now Karpus has it, and it comes to the left side. Now the Junior Sun Devils have it. They wait. They look. Now it's thrown down the left corner for Parker. And now the puck is held there by Parker. And now the puck is turning as Casio in the right corner. As trying to pull it out there are the junior Sun Devils, and it's Parker. Parker still digging in at it, and the puck is just held against the right corner. 1:20 and counting left in this power play. It's Jacob Allen who's serving the 2 minutes for Sapien. Now the puck to the point. Lastine waits, looks, throws it down to the right side. It's Goldberg. Goldberg throws it towards the front. That's off the shin pads of Carbone. And now it's thrown out to Simmons. And Simmons has it. He's looking for Casio, who is streaking down the left side, and instead decides on the right corner of the junior Sun Devils for a change. And GC needs to be quick here. And they are, as Burrows is going to replace Carbone defensively. Now the puck comes out of the point. Now Goldberg leaves it off for Parker. Parker in on side on the left wing. Now it's Goldberg at the left circle. He loses on his backhand. And that's Nasternak who fires it all the way down to kill some more time off this penalty. Now taking it behind his own net is Karpis. Karpis looks, throws it over to Kamen on the left side. Kamen cuts in back towards his own goal now up the middle and throws it back to the left wing. It's Lastine. He's in on side. Comes around one to the right side. Makes Whitman fall down, and now he gets tripped up. No call. Now going in after it is Gualtier. Gualtier gets cut down by Tucker, and Tucker keeps it in for the time being, but Gualtier uses his body to get the puck out. Now it gets thrown over to Lastine. He's coming in, cuts across Cortesi, and now is an onside and leaves it for Cortesi at the right side. Cortesi has it towards the front. That's no good. Now it's Tucker in the left corner. They're swarming right now as there's 6 seconds left on the 2 minutes to Sapien, served by Jacob Allen, and he's out. Now it is 5 on 5, and Allen's going to be the one coming out to stay on. Now there's a shot, and that's blocked down extremely well there by GCU's Dan Dunn. Now the puck is on the right side, and it gets thrown in. It's Cortesi. 1:50 and counting left in the second period. 1-0. The junior Sun Devils lead it. Now that it goes in behind. Looking is Kamen. Kamen looks, waits some more. Now he throws it towards the front. That's stopped, and it's held on for the whistle. And so GCU, whether they're on the kill or not, has been spending an inordinate amount of time in their defensive zone, and that's something that Coach Powell is really going to want to change here. And I think it's back to Danny's point about an effort thing, and there's just times it looks like guys have stopped moving their feet to loose pucks, and the junior Sun Devils trying to get a big win and prove themselves, and they're skating like they want this win right now. Now the puck is up at the left point, and it's going to be a hand pass, and it'll be whistled down again. 1:33 left in the second period. Thank you for joining us here on GCU's YouTube channel. And like I said, tomorrow we will be back on Black Dog Enterprises' presentation of GCU ice hockey when they take on Utah State, the Division II team that is. Now it's thrown into the right corner, and chasing after it, there is Nasternak. He picks up the puck, and he can't corral it. Now he falls down trying to get around Polis, and it's Maston who throws it towards the front, and it's Carbone who picks it off. Now Jacob Allen tries to knock it down with his hand, and it's not going to matter because whether he touched it or not, because it was touched by a junior Sun Devil player first. Carbone in behind his own net, trying to use the boards, but Polis is there for it, so Carbone gets another chance, and he gets it to Miller. Now Miller almost gets pinned up against the boards, and now there's a shot from the point. That gets blocked, and it comes right to Hookham. Hookham's going to send Allen, and it's just too far for Allen, and it's icing. And Allen very upset at himself, and maybe at Hookham a little bit. That puck was just too far, as Allen would have been all alone for that. And Jacob Allen couldn't get to that puck, and what do you do when you're a player like that? You see that puck is a little too far for yourself. How do you get to that?
Well, at our level, that's still not a horrible play because you still beat out the icing at the ACHA level. So it's just unfortunate that it's a automatic icing at the USA hockey level. So that's really all that was.
So now trying to pick up the puck there. It was Duca, and Duca lost it, but he had a 2-on-1 with Casio, but the pass got blocked down. Now it's to the point. There's a shot that goes off the behind of somebody. Now there's a shot. Oh, and that goes off the skate and over the net from Casio. Now it's Simmons and GCU turning up a little bit here with 30 seconds remaining. Now taking the puck and throwing it behind is Tanner. He gets it ahead to the left wing wall, and the puck's going to go out as Whitman falls down, and now Burrows gets it to Simmons. Now Simmons is chased by Plunkett. Simmons gets around Plunkett. Now he looks, throws it to the open ice to Duca. And now Duca and Casio coming in. There's still 15 seconds remaining. It's in Casio's skates. Now he takes it, and Casio drops it off for Simmons. Simmons dances around a check. Now he's in the right corner. He looks, backhands it down to Casio, but Tanner picks that off. Now Tanner advancing it higher, and Simmons going after it. There's 1 second left, and that's going to do it for the second period of play. The score is still the Junior Sun Devils 1, your GCU Lopes Division III 0. And for the Lopes. It's all about gaining momentum right now as they try to pick up the pace, even though this is an exhibition game. They still want to win and get some momentum heading back in to their ACHA season. And, Coach, if you're down on the bench right now, you talked a lot about effort this period. What do you say to your players to get them to pick up the effort level a little bit?
Figure it out. Right now, it's one goal, one period, and right now you guys are getting outworked by a team that's much younger and a younger group than you. Like, don't get embarrassed.
Can you coach effort? I know you talk about people talk about things you can't coach: speed, maybe compete level, but with effort. How do you coach that? Really?
I mean, that's a big internal thing for each player. Each player's got to have a little bit of a desire and fight, especially in hockey. You can't just go out there and think that you're going to skate around and everything's going to happen. You have to go out there and make stuff happen, and that means finishing hits, taking bodies, and competing and winning battles that should, either you shouldn't win or you should. So it's they need to go out there and they need to basically tell the Junior Sun Devils that this is our puck and we're taking it from you and we're going to make it very difficult for you to get it. So that's what it's going to take. And right now the Junior Sun Devils are basically telling the GCU guys that.
And we saw that last shift. It was Duca, Simmons, and Casio playing really well. Now it's going to be Carbone who moves up to center, at least for this faceoff. And it's lost by Carbone. Now Miller has it. He throws it to the open ice to Hookham. Now Hookham gets it picked by Parker, but he uses the backhands to get it to Simmons. And now Simmons bringing it ahead. He's met by 3 Junior Sun Devils, so he dumps it into the right corner. Lastine has it. He tries to spin, move. Now Miller with the pickoff. Comes out in front. Miller can't handle it. There's a shot from Hookham. Save. Another shot by Hookham backhanded, and that goes wide. And there's a whistle as the net may have come off. And it has. And it was a great play there by the Lopes to get that puck in, and Miller couldn't get the shot off, but it was Hookham who had not one, but 2 opportunities, and the second one he just missed wide on the right side. Now the faceoff won by the Junior Sun Devils, but GCU trying to take control, and it's picked up there by Nasternak. Nasternak has it. Gets pushed by Cortesi and loses it, so Nasternak has to retreat and grab it, but now it's Maston. Maston loses the puck after it's kicked there by Nasternak, and poking it free is Allen. Chasing it down is Hookham, and Allen now after it. He gets cut off there, and the Junior Sun Devils bring it ahead and throw it out. And Carbone's not going to get an icing call, as it's not going to reach all the way to his own goal line. Now Carbone falls down, trying to cut back in, and it turns into a 2-on-1. Now it's poked away from Chase Smith as Maston shot it on goal. And taking it ahead is Nasternak. Nasternak in over the blue line, that is, and he goes into the corner, and the puck bounces over his stick, and it's brought ahead by the Junior Sun Devils. Now it's Maston. Maston backhands it behind. Getting cut off, and trying to get to it is Dunn, but he can't get it right. So picking up there for the Junior Sun Devils is Schilliter. Now the puck towards the front, and it's turned over, and Hookham has it. Hookham gets out of his own zone, throws it to Dunn on the left side. He's at the red line, but he can't control it. Now it's Avila. Avila comes into the GCU zone up the middle. Now he looks, a nice little backhand pass to Maston at the right side. He shoots, and that goes over the top of the goal. Now Avila has it. He gets poked by Burrows, and it gets out to center. That was Burrows who poked it by Avila. And now the puck comes to the center, and Maston getting yelled at to get off the ice. And now there's a turnover, and the puck is at the middle, and it's picked up there. Now waiting with it again, getting pushed to the left side. There's Murchison. Murchison has it. Throws it towards the front. Oh, and Gualtier on his forehand. Instead of putting it on goal, he accidentally poked it to the corner. And now Gualtier trying to push it ahead, and he can't, so the puck comes off the boards to the point to Burrows. Burrows settles it down, throws it in, and levels Plunkett, who was coming in for a hit. Burrows is a big boy out there, also a Division II player. And so Plunkett went in for the hit, and he got leveled right in front of his own bench. Now Burrows is going to go for the change, and coming after it for the Lopes is Gualtier. Gualtier gets to it, but is unable to control it. Now he's getting pushed by 2 separate Junior Sun Devils. Now the puck is still loose, and Gualtier trying to help out. Now Dunn pushing some bodies around to try to move that pile, and the puck comes loose, and it's in the right side. Going after it is Murchison. Murchison is able to cut down Tanner, and it's Grams. Grams goes up the boards, and pinching down are the Lopes. The puck now caught in the right corner, and it comes to the point. Carbone trying to keep it in, but Plunkett pokes it out. And now Plunkett dumps it in, and he gets cut off by Whitman, and Plunkett hits the stanchion right at the end of the bench. Kind of dangerous for him. And the Lopes, it looks like they're moving their feet a little more and starting to pick up the pace as Casio uses the board, and it goes past Karpus, and there's going to be no ice. There is going to be an icing call. I thought that touched the stick of Karpus, but evidently it didn't. And it's a whistle. And right now, the Lopes, 11:52 remaining in this third period. It seems like they're picking things up a little bit. What are they doing that's different that they seem to be getting a little more time in the offensive zone?
It's just they don't want to lose and get embarrassed, so it's they're pressing a little bit more. They're trying to play a little grittier, and it's working in their favor a little bit. So hopefully they could keep it up for the next 11 and a half minutes.
Now Simmons has it, breaking out of his own zone, throws it over to Duca. Duca in onside, stops, and throws it to Casio. Now Casio looks, waits, and this is the line that got it going at the end of the second period, and it seems to have carried over a little bit. Now trying to throw it in is Duca. He can't, and making a move is Karpus around Duca, and Karpus has it. Karpus throws it out to center, and it's Allen. Allen throws it over the right side to Simmons. Simmons turns it over, or not turns it over, but he has to pull it out of the zone because he's unable to be onside. And now there's a pass to Kamen. Kamen had to wait for that pass, and he gets dumped hard there as he skates in by Jacob Allen. And now coming after it there are the Lopes. It's left off for Casio. He's in onside. Casio shoots. Oh, and that takes a couple of weird bounces. Then almost went in, and Casio got tangled up in a stick. Looked like that was Goldberg's, and that was a weird play. Now Simmons coming in. He's able to get a shot off as he cuts off Sturm before Sturm can disrupt the shot. Now there's a shot by Casio, and it's stopped. And so the Lopes, who were getting badly outshot at one point, down 21-5, now have 13, and they're starting to pick up the pace of play a little bit. And I guess if you think of the junior Sun Devils as their coaching staff, they're trying to find a way to counter it. And as a coach, when you see a team start to pick up play a little bit and they're starting to take control of the game, how do you tell your players to make sure they don't take it back? Before we get to that, it's Tucker on a breakaway for the junior Sun Devils. He comes in, he shoots, saved by Chase Smith. Massing gets cut up, but there's a rebound and a shot and a goal by Cortese. And it's now 2-0. As Danny Roy has said before, you want to make sure you play defense first, and unfortunately right there, that was a breakaway, and it was 3 opportunities for the Sun Devils to poke it in, and on the third try, it was Cortese. And so now the Lopes, who had played extremely well to that point, they are going to have to find a way to score 2 goals now to even tie this game. Now Lastine bangs it off the boards of Carbone, and it's done. Who gets it out to Hookham. Hookham backhands it towards the middle, and Miller dumps it in. Now skating after it is Lastine. Lastine has it and throws it off the boards. Now it's picked up there, and it's thrown up the boards. Carbone still in the junior Sun Devils zone, trying to get it over to Dunn, but Dunn couldn't handle it, and the junior Sun Devils break out again. Lastine, he's in onside. Skates around 1. Now he's below the goal line. Looks, now tries to get it to the point, but he whiffs on the pass and decides it on below the goal line. Now the shot, or the pass to Tucker bounces over his stick, and it's down to Maston. Maston looks, he stops. Maston has it, and Carbone cuts him off. Now a puck towards the front of the net. That's stopped by Miller, and it's back in front. Chase Smith holds on. And so what I was going to ask before that breakaway goal was, if you're the junior Sun Devils, you see the Lopes pick it up. Obviously they countered it a little bit with that goal, but if you see a team starting to take the momentum and pull the momentum away for you, what do you do to make sure that doesn't happen?
You just keep it simple and get the puck out of your zone. If things are going bad and you're struggling, the only thing to do is to throw the puck out of your zone and force the other team to have to regroup if that's what's going to happen, because sometimes trying to skate the puck out, there you go, there's a goal. So 1-goal game again. But it's momentum comes in swings. You know, one team finds the momentum, and then all of a sudden it goes the other way, and then you're the other team who had it, and you're fighting to get it back. And it's usually the simple, easy stuff that gets that momentum going back your direction. It's when you start freaking out and you lose your poise, you tend to continue to get even farther away from getting it back. So let's see if the guys could get something from that goal. Still 9 minutes left here to get another one.
So like Danny Roy said in the middle of his analysis, the Lopes scored. Marvin Simmons coming in 3-on-2 on the right side, makes a move around the defender, and then makes a little move to get the goaltender out of position, and so it's back to within 1, and the Lopes still going to need another to tie this game. Now it's Simmons in the left corner. Uses the backhand to get it up and trying to throw it out, but is unsuccessful on the first attempt. There was Gualtier. Now it's skating ahead is Murchison. Murchison flips it in past Lastine and skates it down. Now Lastine has it. Lastine gets plastered against the boards. Now in front for Simmons again. He shoots. Oh, and that's just over the top of the goal off the bouncing puck. And Marvin Simmons starting to pick it up. He played extremely well last night, and he's trying again. And Simmons gets it over to Carbone. Carbone on the left side. Makes a move around Parker. Now he shoots all and out the crossbar and into the netting. And for GCU, they are starting to push the pace a lot more right now. And so, trying to find that answering goal and that tying goal. 8:42 remaining in the final frame. Now there's a puck that's dropped, and it's won by the Junior Sun Devils at least for a second. Now it's Duca. Duca shoots that off the glove and bounces in behind the net. That just tipped off the glove of the Junior Sun Devils goaltender Church. And now Whitman trying to poke it away there from Goldberg, and it works. Now Whitman turns it over. It's off the boards, trying to get it to Goldberg, and cutting off is Casio. Throws it out to Carbone. Carbone into the neutral ice, tries to get it to Miller. There's going to be no ice. Now it's thrown up off the glass and up to the point there for Carbone. Carbone makes a move. Now backhands it in. Now it's in front. Duca with the backhand. The puck is bouncing. And it looks like the Junior Sun Devils are running around a little bit defensively. And now it's thrown towards the corner. Miller's going to chase after it. It's going to be Grams. Grams uses the boards to get it out, and it's going to be Carbone. Carbone looks, makes a move, and Goldberg chasing him down, and he's going to make another move to get around Goldberg. And here comes Carbone. Carbone in on the left side. Gets knocked down hard by Grams, and it's going to be Miller who drops it off. Now Nasternak tries to clear it into the zone, and it gets knocked down there, but he gets it right back. It was Briggs who was chasing after him. Now Nasternak dumps it in. Comes in around, it's Grams. Grams up to the point. Knocked down by the foot of Carbone, and he's going to get it right back from Miller, who's going to try to get it. Carbone almost got it back to Miller. Now it's a 2-on-2, and there's a shot that gets deflected and goes wide of Smith. Now the puck to the point, it's Tucker. Tucker looks, throws it down low. Trying to get to it was Briggs, but he can't. Now it gets backhanded ahead. Plunkett towards the front of the net. That's no good. Now Sturm bangs it off the boards and deeper into the GCU defensive zone. Briggs trying to pull that out. He can't. And it's now thrown to the front. A backhand turnaround shot gets blocked by Nasternak. Now another shot in front. Save. A rebound, and it's still loose. The puck is still loose, and there's a shot. And no goal. As Chase Smith couldn't find that puck, and nobody was clearing it for the Lopes. And eventually, Chase Smith gets on top of it. And Sapien coming out of the box after getting the misconduct for checking from behind. And so GCU back at a full bench. But we'll see if Sapien touches the ice for the remaining 6:59. Now there's a puck that's dropped, and it is lost there by GCU, but they're going to regain it. And Burrows can't handle a bouncing puck. Comes to the point. Sturm shoots. Save. Rebound, and it's finally held on. And so another whistle with 6:50 remaining in the third period. Thank you for joining me, Seth Askelson, alongside Division II head coach Danny Roy. Tomorrow we'll be back on Black Dog Enterprises with video as Utah State comes in to take on Division II GCU. Now the puck out to the neutral ice area, and Sturm backhands it in to the GCU zone. Taking the puck is Whitman. He falls down in the boards. Now it bounces out in front, and Chase Smith holds on to that. And it just seems to be like some bad puck luck right now for the Lopes, as it's just bouncing around, and they're digging for that final goal. 6:39 remaining in the final frame. At one point down 2-0 in this game. Have now cut it to 2-1. Now it's going to be Simmons in his defensive zone, and he wins the faceoff away from Cortese, and he takes it. Now Simmons goes behind his own net. Backhands it up the middle of the ice to Allen. It's off a skate of a Junior Sun Devil, and now Allen has it. Allen gets stripped by Kamen, who's back checking. And now Kamen has it. Kamen knocks it ahead to Polis. Polis dumps it in, and Chase Smith goes in behind to settle it down. Now uses the boards to get it ahead, but Polis cuts that off. Now it's Simmons below his own goal line. Simmons spins away. Now uses the glass, and it goes into the stands. Almost hits a couple fans. Everybody's safe, though, in the audience. And we have a stoppage in play. So for the Lopes, what do they need to do right now to bottle that momentum that they took to get not only that goal back, and then the next couple shifts after that were really good?
I just need to keep pressing. There's 6 minutes left, so you only get 1 or 2 more shifts on the ice here. So you got to put everything you have into your shift and have a never die attitude right now.
Now the puck comes to the left side, and it gets dumped in deep. Maston is able to get to the puck before Dunn does. And now it comes into the right corner to Goldberg. Now a shot by Grams gets blocked, and now it's Carbone who's after it. Tries to poke it back Schiller, and that doesn't work. And now Goldberg backhands it in, and chasing it down is Maston. Now it's up the boards. Maston tries to lay the hit on Nasternak. He whiffs, and then Maston's going to get the puck back. Nasternak coming in, tries to bump Maston, and he does enough to cut him off. And now the puck comes in behind, which Carbone. Carbone has it. He's going to use the glass to get it out, and it works. And chasing it down is Grams, and it's going to be no ice, as now Grams has it. Grams tries to spin away from the forechecker Murchison. It doesn't work. Now taking it is Gualtier. Gualtier trying to get out in front, but Briggs knocks that puck away. Now picking it up is Murchison. He goes in behind. Now picking it up there is Dunn. Dunn tries to backhand it towards the front, but it gets knocked down by Schiller. And it's brought ahead by Kamen. Kamen trying to get around Carbone. Carbone knocks Kamen down as he puts the puck away, and people looking for a penalty, but there's none. And now skating it ahead is Burrows. Now Burrows is in on side, and he's going to skate back. And now Kamen tries to hit Murchison. Nobody falls, and now it's into the corner. Now Murchison chasing after it. Sturm has it. Sturm pulls it away, and now he gets it ahead. Now it's Tucker trying to go up the middle, knocked down by Simmons, but it's going to get right back to Sturm, who's going to get it out to Plunkett. Now Plunkett brings ahead. He shoots. That goes just wide. And now Duca. Duca throws it up the middle. Kamen not able to handle it. And now it's Casio. Gets it over to Simmons. Simmons fakes a move. Now spins away. Tries to get it to the point to Carbone, but Carbone hadn't hit the blue line yet, so it's back out to neutral. Now Carbone makes one move. Tries to get around another, and he does. Now Carbone with a third move. It's left off for Simmons. Throws it to front to Duca. Oh, and Duca couldn't handle it. He would have been all by himself. Now Simmons with a shot, and it bounces in. Duca unable to handle that puck, and it bounced right back to Marvin Simmons. And Simmons, his second goal of the game, and GCU has fought their way back into it, 2-2. And so the way the Lopes are playing right now, they could even pick up a third one before the end of this game. And you hear coaches and hockey pundits talk about it a lot. When you go to the front of the net and get pucks on, nothing bad happens. And right there, Simmons crashes the net, and he shoots it, and it goes out the goaltender and in.
Yeah, sometimes luck plays a huge role in it. You got what should have been a puck deep in the zone here in the neutral zone with JJ. Luckily, it got into the zone, and luckily it sprung our guy loose there. But, yeah, hey, sometimes luck helps you out too.
And so the Junior Sun Devils now bringing it to the Lopes on their first shift following that goal, and Chase Smith's going to cover up after facing a couple shots. So 37-18 on the shot clock in favor of the Junior Sun Devils, but the tally that matters the most are goals. And now we're all tied up at 2 here, as the Lopes trying to find a sweep of this exhibition weekend series. And the puck comes out to the point. There's a shot that gets blocker down. Now skating after it is Whitman. Whitman goes up the boards. Miller trying to grab the puck, and he can't, so it's Cortesi. Cortesi gets by Whitman, but he has to go into the corner now, backhands it, and it's knocked down off a skate of Allen. Now Whitman's going to try to get it past Schiller, and it doesn't work, and it gets ripped back in. Now in behind his own net and digging it deep is Burrows. Going after it and one-handing it to the neutralized area there was Hookham. Now it's picked up by Burrows. He gets it to Hookham. Hookham skating in. He makes a little move. He throws it between his legs to open ice, and nobody in purple, or nobody in black that is, was there to get it. Oh, and a weird bouncing puck, and Chase Smith's going to have to go down to handle that. He was going to try to play with his stick, and then it took a weird bounce as it got closer to him, so he had to go down and handle it. He does with ease, and he gets a face-off. So 3:10 remaining in this third period, and we've talked about pressing and GCU doing it, but how do you tell your team to continue to press without having the Junior Sun Devils get themselves an odd man rush or even a breakaway?
I just say it's a 2-2 game, and next goal scored in this period wins the game. So it's let's not be the team that gets scored against and go out there and push.
And now the puck is brought ahead by Sturm. He dumps it in to the zone, and it's going to be Nasternak going in behind his own net. Now Nasternak throws it, and it's a bad turnover again to Briggs, but Nasternak's able to fight it back, and the puck comes up the wall. Now it's shot in towards the front, and it bounces right out in the slot area. There's a shot that goes wide. Now a rebound out in front, and Chase Smith goes over to make the save and knocks the net off in the process, and it's going to be a whistle. As the puck came right off the boards, and it dropped right to Briggs, who tried to shove it in the net, and it didn't work, and Chase Smith knocked the net off instead. And it's a whistle. And so here is another face-off. Plunkett loses it in the offensive zone And the puck gets to the point. Sturm can't handle it, and all he has to do is try to rip it back in. It's going to be Maston that actually does that. And the Lopes now take control. It's out to the point. Dunn can't handle that pass, so it's a turnover in the neutral zone. Thrown back in by Lastine. It's in behind the net. Chasing it down there is Nasternak. Nasternak off the boards. And it gets out as Murchison couldn't handle it, but it at least rolls out of his defensive zone and out of danger. Now Maston. Maston gets cut off by Carbone. And Maston has the puck. Throws it to the point, or at least tries to Sturm. Now Sturm knocks down a bouncing puck. And it's to the middle where Dunn knocks it down, and he brings it ahead. It's going to be Dunn and Murchison. It's a 2-on-2 for at the time being. Now Dunn gets cut off and thrown to the ice. Now taking it is Avila. Avila can't handle it. Now backhands it to Maston. Maston in onside. Maston throws it towards the front. Can't get it to Plunkett. And now chasing after it is Murchison. Now Carbone forces that turnover. And Carbone gets it out to Gualtier. Gualtier trying to get around one, and he can't. And skating after it there is Schilleter. Schilleter has it. Throws it to the neutral ice. Maston looks, waits. Now he throws it to Plunkett coming off the bench. And there's a whistle. And it looks like another too many men on the ice. As there's too many men on the ice, and Murchison's going to be the one to serve it. So, with 1:29 remaining, they're going to have to kill the final 1:29 of this period, and then going into overtime, they're going to have to kill a remaining 31 seconds. Now it's Lastine. He gets it back over, and the Junior Sun Devils have 1:20 to get a goal. Now Carpets tries to get it over to Lastine. Instead, he gives it to Kamen. Now Carbone has it, throws it all the way down, and Simmons is going to chase after it. Now it's held down there by Church. Church goes up the boards, but to help out is Allen. Allen bangs it down low, and Simmons is going to chase after it. It's Lastine. Simmons decides to retreat instead, and Lastine's going to bring it out from behind his own goal line. And that's brought ahead by Karpus. Karpus brings it ahead, kicks that puck free, and now it's brought ahead by Kamen. Kamen in onside on the right wing. Now in behind the GCU goal and below the goal line and comes out the other side. That's the left. Now thrown towards the front. Burrows knocks it away, and Carbone tries to tip it past. Gets knocked down by Karpus. And now Allen waits, is holding some more, and he gets around Kamen. And he needed to get that puck out of there before there was danger. And now it's Burrows, and there's going to be a penalty. It looks like, I don't know if it's going to be on GCU or on the Junior Sun Devils, but Kamen and Jacob Allen tied up. And we'll see who goes. And Jacob Allen retreating back to say something else to Kamen. And I don't think he's done quite yet. As I don't think there's going to be a penalty called, but it was a whistle. And so Jacob Allen, who was trying to kill a lot of time off, and he did. There's 33 seconds remaining. As the puck is dropped, and Cortesi backhands it towards the front, and Goldberg tips it in. Cortesi, just an innocent little backhand towards the front. And Goldberg, who was cutting right to the net on the left side, just tipped it over Chase Smith's pad. And a mental mistake by the Lopes, not only in the penalty, but Jacob Allen not clearing that puck right away. It forced that offensive zone faceoff for the Junior Sun Devils, and right off of that they score. And that's going to be a tough way to end this game if it finishes that way, but there's 29.6 remaining. Now it's Simmons. Simmons brings ahead, and he's in onside. Now Simmons, who scored both GCU goals, is going to try to make something happen. Now Allen falls down, and Carbone's going to have to go after it. Now it's poked free. Goldberg backhands it, and he just misses the net. Now there's 15 seconds remaining, and GCU's going to have to hurry. Now making a move is Nasternak. Makes another one, but there's 8 seconds left. Now Nasternak brings it ahead. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3. Nasternak falls, and that's going to do it. As Nasternak tried to carry it all the way up the ice, and he falls. And that's going to be it. As the Lopes fought all the way back to a 2-2 tie. And on a penalty that, like you talked about earlier in this game, Danny, it was a penalty that's a very mental lapse, and it cost them right there. So going back into the locker room, and after a tough game of 2 periods of being outworked and a lot of mental lapses, even in the third period, what do you say to this team?
We can't be the reason why we lose. We can't beat ourselves. We got to make it hard for them to beat us, and I think that was more of it. Not being prepared for the first two periods. So whatever happened from the night before to this night is a night and day difference between the two teams you saw here. So it was, I would say, the majority of that was on us. And Junior Sun Devils played their butts off there.
And like you said, night and day, and literally night and day, as last night's game at 6:40 and an afternoon game. I don't know if the earlier start time got to him, maybe after the day off, but either way it turns into a loss. And for the Lopes, unable to get the series sweep, but we move on to tomorrow. And in terms of the Division II team, they take on Utah State. It was a rough go when you went to Utah last weekend, but you get a chance to redeem yourselves. What needs to change for your team in order to pick up the victory against Utah State?
We just we take what we did well against BYU and Weber State and put it into our game against Utah State. We weren't the worst team in that game. We also did a little bit of beating ourselves when we played them physical. Those guys are big, but they don't like to get hit. Much like many players, you never like to get hit. When we played physical, we started actually getting a lot of offensive opportunities. So it's just going to be a matter of learning from our game before and keeping it close. And if we keep that game close, we have an opportunity of getting an upset win.
When you talk about Utah State, they don't like to get physical. Their guys don't like to get hit. But what are some of their strengths? What do they do well to really be one of the better teams in the Western region in ACHA?
They've done the same thing year after year that I've watched them. It's protect between the dots. They will not let you get through in the inside, at least easily. They wait for you to make your little mistakes of turning the puck over in between those dots, especially on rushes, and then they hit those odd man rushes and they make you pay for it. So they're very disciplined in that area. They're not extremely fast. I think we have a little more speed than them, especially on our forwards over their defense. And we can play physical, so we could play with them there. We can't get caught up in trying to get inside without taking the free ice first and gaining the zone. And then in our defensive zone, we need to copy what they do. We need to play inside our dots well and protect the house and make it difficult, because they are a team that likes to force the puck through the middle and try to get those cross ice passes for the wide open nets. And if we could protect between the dots in our defensive zone, we're going to get a lot of turnovers and we're going to go on offense after that. So it's going to be a game of who plays defense better than the other. And then who makes the other team pay when they get their opportunities.
So a little inside information now that we got you up here. Do you have a starting goaltender tomorrow? We've seen you go between Barbash and Michael Norris, and you like your goaltending crew that you have, but who do you go with tomorrow morning?
Yeah, Bash has been playing solid. Every game he's been in that he's made big saves to keep us in the game. He had a rough go, mainly because we made it rough on him. Not because of an effort that he put forth. He still made the saves that he had to make and things like that. So you feel sorry for a guy like that when the guys kind of make it difficult for him. But I think what we're going to go with, as of right now, the plan is we'll go with Dan Swale, who had a big win against BYU up there. Big overtime win as well. He's another guy he keeps us in the game. Different style than Barabash, a little more quiet in net, but he makes the saves he needs to, and I think we're going to have a good chance with him as well. So it's a difficult decision every week for goaltending, but that's good problem to have, and it's nice when the guys push each other and compete with each other, and they're all understanding of it. But we'll see how Dan does this weekend, and then from there, let's see if they make it even harder.
So you heard it here first. Dan Swale, the starting goaltender tomorrow for the Lopes. They will take on Utah State. That game on Black Dog Enterprises' presentation of GCU Ice Hockey. I will be on the air with you approximately 9:30. Anything else for today, Danny?
No, just come out to the early morning game. It's going to be a physical game. Utah State really didn't like us coming in and playing physical against them, and I think we started to create a little bit of a conference rival with them. So it'll be interesting. This won't be the last time we see them this season. We hope to see them up in Utah for conference playoffs and trying to get a conference championship this year.
I guess one more thing before we head off air. When you talk about an early morning game and trying to be physical, what are the challenges of kind of getting up to play an early morning game like that?
The night before, making sure guys are smart, they go to bed, they eat well, and make sure that they get a decent breakfast in them to come ready to play. So luckily a lot of the guys are living on campus. They'll be coming on a third game and to play their fourth game of the weekend, so they're going to be a little tired, and we need to jump on them right away, and we can't let them slow the game down. We have to make them skate the entire game.
So today, the Division III team loses 3-2 to the Junior Sun Devils. They get the weekend split, a home-and-home split. And so for Danny Roy, my name is Seth Askelson. Thank you for joining us here on GCU's YouTube channel for GCU Ice Hockey. Have a great weekend, everybody.